北欧赤狐。うん。北極狐なんだ。ケイラは。あれ、フィルマーいるじゃん。やっぱフィルマー。国から仕事もらってんじゃないの？
Monica Rosen. Are you two together? I couldn't predict this in my books. You know, you've always been a minor character.
Miss Marble. Really? Interesting. You've always been, rather minor, too.
Huh? Monica's just helping me with a few things.
Of course. And what can I help you with?
Mr. Lupus has been threatened by someone.
Really? Oh well, I'm not surprised.
And you have no idea what these threats were all about? A photograph.
Yes, and?
You have any idea what kind of picture it was?
No point in playing this game. It was a picture of me. Or rather, it was him and me. In a quite unambiguous position. But I didn't know what the picture would be used for.
You mean you knew they were taking a picture of you?
Of course, Birdie. Why else do you think I would have had an affair with that ripoff? The fur on the back of my neck stands up just thinking about it.
And somebody paid you. Who was it?
I have no idea. I never saw them. All instructions came in letters. And the money. A lot of money.
Damn letters. Did you see anything interesting in them?
Look, I'm a crime fiction writer. I know exactly what I'm supposed to notice. There is nothing you can use as a clue in your little investigation.
And how did you manage to reel Mr. Lupus in?
That wasn't hard. That tail-wagging dog is a sucker for all things feline. As soon as he sees a whisker or a fluffy tail, he loses his mind. I feel sorry for poor Faye, because she'll never get that out of her husband's head.
I see. Well, thank you, Meredith. You've been surprisingly helpful.
You're welcome, Detective. And Miss Rosen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
写真は撮られるべくして撮られたんだな。
Or can I call you Sonny? After all these years.
As you wish, Meredith. But, I'm busy now.
Do what you do best, Sonny.
You mean drink and grieve in a corner? I'd rather investigate.
Oh, yes. Your famous sense of humor.
And the lady, who is she? Yeah, a bit ordinary, gray, but she has color. Yes, she has.
魚だからこ
I
れ
could
酸素吸ってん
definitely
の
see
かな。
her on the screen.
Excuse me. Don't give me that look. I'm not a piece of furniture.
And she stings. Ouch.
どっちが H2O って書いてあったな。水か？
Let's go, Sonny. This guy's just a simple bubblehead.
Maybe you're right, but this bubblehead can make you a very rich lady.
Yeah, no thanks. I've had the pleasure of dealing with your kind in the past.
Well, this ship has sailed, Mr. Vidor. Bon voyage.
I'm sorry. I hope I haven't offended the lady. You know, all these years in showbiz, and you inevitably see products everywhere instead of people.
You know, I'd even accept your apology, but you're still talking about me as if I'm not standing here in front of you.
Well, how about I try apologizing more? Let's say over dinner.
Until you're the one being served, we're not meeting at a table.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. I got what I wanted from him. For now. What's this? What the hell is Philmar doing here? Hey, Phil, what are you doing here?
Did you replace Marty? Too bad. Next to a pretty flower like that, you look even worse than before.
Oh, thanks for the compliment, Philip.
Just Philmar. I no longer use that dusty old name.
I understand. Old names are associated with old sins, am I right?
You know a lot more than all of us, Monica.
Thanks, Philmar.
Hey, can I get you some champagne? I'm feeling a bit redundant.
Oh, hello, Sonny.
You didn't answer my question. What are you doing here?
Me? Nothing, really. I worked for someone recently, a secret benefactor who threw me a ticket. Thought I'd check out what this big fuss is about, and it's kind of a letdown.
Your story is plausible.
Believe it or not.
You're not even trying anymore, are you?
We're old, Sonny, and we've done this tango too many times.
All right. Enjoy the party, Nighthawk. See you later.
As long as there's champagne, I'll be here.
Just leave some for everyone else.
Fuck you, Sonny.
Just one more thing.
Tell me, my darling.
Don't you find it strange that we always end up in the same place?
I'm just always one step ahead, aren't I?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Simple coincidences, Sonny boy. It's a small town.
This town is gigantic, Phil. Just as gigantic as your stupidity.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with that.
And you evaded the subject again.
Oh, I'm such a professional, right?
Right. I have nothing to say to him at the moment.
What's this? You two together? Where's Martin?
Just powdering his beak, boss. And Monica and I were just talking.
You two aren't, how shall I put it, so you know that you...
What? No, furry heavens, what are you thinking?
Hey, no need to deny it that
Not
hard.
it.
I mean, no, nothing like that, sir.
Nothing like what, Santino?
Well, it depends on what you were thinking.
You're the detective, find out.
That Monica and I, you know, that we're, romantically...
Go on.
But that's not it, I swear.
Yeah, Sonny, we got it. Clear. Thank you.
Enough, enough. I just wanted to see you blush, Santino. What a sight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh my goodness, aren't you
Shit.
Monica Rosen? I mean, Monica Rosen, the Velvet Queen?
The what?
Hello,
Perfetto
Cassidy.
Queen.
Wait a minute. You know each other?
That's an understatement, my friend.
Oh, no. Don't say you two are...
What? No, Sonny, what do you mean?
Well, you know, Monica was my... I mean, she was...
Yeah, you can say it out loud. I was your father's mistress a lifetime ago.
Come on, dear Monica, it wasn't that simple.
E.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. And that's the end of the subject.
Yes. Yes, of course. I get it. I understand, of course.
Good.
So what is this, velvet thing?
The Velvet Queen? Oh, well, I think you better hang on, Mr. Featherweld, because...
All right, stop right there. Sonny, come on, I want to talk to you in private. Cassidy, I'm coming for you too.
Hey, okay, take it easy.
Sonny,
I'm a little dizzy, I admit.
I don't blame you. Look, Sonny, what you heard is true.
You used to be his father's lover?
Just for a little while. I was just a young girl who'd been thrown out of the country and into the big city. I was a waitress in all sorts of dives for a while, and then someone discovered me. And then I did a review show at the Coconut Cauldron.
The Velvet Queen.
That was my stage name. A lifetime ago. And Lupus's father was kind, charming, rich, and a scumbag con man.
I see.
It was just a fling. Lots of money, glitter, and glamour. Movie premieres, expensive hotels, and then Well, in the end, the guy ran off and took everything with him.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't have much money, but you know me. I'm thorough and organized, and when I do something, I do it right. I had savings, quite a lot of savings, and a small inheritance, too.
And he left you broke?
Yep, that's it. I had to start all over again. But I was just a little girl. I had my whole life ahead of me, so I went for it. I knew I'd never be a showgirl again.
Does this have anything to do with what happened at the range? That you were so upset?
The whole town is covered in Wolf commercials. And Cassidy's face, of course. When I knew him, he was just a young pup. But he's grown up now, and he reminds me of his father a lot. Not a great memory.
I'll bet. You know, it's weird, but somehow I never thought about you having a life before the police.
Look, Sonny, if you'd rather go it alone from now on, I totally understand.
What? No, of course not, Mon. It's out of the question. I still appreciate you being here. I really do.
Thanks, Boss Bird. And I'm sorry to dump all the dark stains of my past on you.
Come on, Mon. I've been doing the same with you since the day we met.
Well, that's true.
But if Marty finds out...
I beg your pardon?
What? No, nothing. My beak is sealed.
Right. Let's, forget about all this and focus on what we're here for, okay?
Okay.
あ、でも一個ね、モニカはどうしたんだ？でもまだ続きあんだ。続きがあるんですか。顧問官尋問。あ、そう、目的はそっちね。
I'll leave him alone for now, but of course I'll keep an eye. The king, huh? After all, he's just an animal, even if he's more equal than his equals. Hey, Lewis, you all right? You look a little lost.
Sure, Sonny. I'm more of an observer right now.
You haven't really settled back into these circles yet, have you?
No, not at all. But I'll be honest. I'm a little embarrassed if that woman is here.
Which woman?
That woman. Lady Kayla, of course. Around her, the king is quite different. She makes my ears itch.
That's never a good sign.
No, it's not.
Do you think she's leading the king astray?
It's a strange thing. I wouldn't say that. Like she's doing nothing but charity and helping animals in need. Yet there's an inexplicably sinister aura about her.
I feel it too.
Because you've always had good instincts, Sonny.
And because he thinks everyone in the world is suspicious.
Oh, I almost didn't notice you. Hello, dear Monica.
It's all right. I'm just an observer myself, Mr. Hayworth.
I see.
No more questions.
よし、じゃあ本丸。
I have a couple of questions.
Forgive me for rushing off so quickly last time. Now we have some privacy. But where's your partner?
Marty's got a bit of a weak stomach. He couldn't take all that syrupy chit-chat.
And who is this fine young lady?
Monica Rosen. Ma'am.
Monica Rosen. Mother Hen on duty at the police station.
I beg your pardon?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I have a personal acquaintance with Chief Inspector Bloodboil. He's told me a lot about you and nothing but good things.
I can imagine.
Monica's been helping me out while my partner's indisposed.
Oh, I quite understand. But please, I'm at your disposal. Ask me anything you want. I have a feeling that even though you're not here to work today, you have some rather interesting questions.
I always have, sweetheart.
Sonny, this woman makes my feathers stand on end.
Oh, come on. She's perfectly normal.
Did you hear the way she talked to me or to you? She looks down on everybody.
Don't judge, Mon. She may be gold on the inside.
Yeah. Then open your eyes and shake your head a little.
You think I'm gonna be charmed by a babe like her?
I don't know. Are you?
Never mind. Let's ask her while we still can.
Fine.
I know what I wanted to know. At least I hope so.
いけるか？
Or rather, Lady Kayla.
むず
She has
そ
an
う。
almost otherworldly superiority, with the king as her lapdog. It'd be easy to appeal to her vanity, but it could backfire. This woman is smart, very smart, and she's cunning too. Not just because she's a fox. So I'll have to be careful. I need to soften her up first, work on her ego, and when she's vulnerable, hit her with the hard questions. I may never get the chance to question an animal of her class again, so I better do this right.
一度しか尋問のチャンスを与えてくれないかもしれないだって、リトライができないってこと？むず。彼女の気を緩め、時にはエゴに働きかけ、俺たちに気を許したところで厳しい質問をぶつける必要がある。これ信用して失敗してるもんな。このサニーの尋問方針をこう私なりに解釈して進めてったらループスで失敗したから、まあそのゲージをマックスにすることをなりそうな選択肢を選んだ方がいいのかな。
Are you here in a private or an official capacity?
You mean, am I the king's companion or his advisor?
You could put it that way.
Foggy phrasing, foggy answer. Both. And maybe neither.
I'm gonna be in trouble here.
I'm just kidding, Detective. And how about you? Are you here as a police officer or as a simple citizen?
As a simple citizen, I'd be snoring in an armchair with a half-empty bottle in my hand.
You can't be that cliched.
Unfortunately, I am.
Well then, ask me anything you like. In your official capacity.
How can I refuse that offer? Let's see.
うわあ、結構下からスタートですね。俺の魂を見透かしているかのようだ。リラックスした立ち振る舞いでその自然な落ち着きはまるで揺るぐ気配がない。ドレスはエレガントだが同時に思わせぶりだ。むしろ挑発的ですらある。雪のように白くそれでいて光沢があり、そこに黒いフェザーボア、まるで天使と悪魔、自分の姿を一度にその両方に似せようとしているかのようだ。強者だなこの人。どうやって？
So how did you end up in cahoots with the king? Maybe you met at a party like this.
You know, these are difficult times. And it's difficult for Hector too. I mean, for the king. When he came to me, he was almost in shreds.
He came to you?
About 2 years ago. My church was in its infancy, but I was already holding seminars and private audiences for those in need of spiritual guidance.
Would the king have needed such a thing?
Oh yes, very much so. Spiritual and emotional guidance and cleansing, as does the city. You see, the king is much more concerned about the fate of the city than many animals give him credit for.
I see. What kind of church are we talking about? Beyond what the slogans say.
The new Unity Church offers unity in a world where everything is about separation and hostility.
Which means...
You're a very objective animal. Am I right?
Let's just say I'm a bird who'll let pretty words roll right off him if they don't have any real meaning.
Our organization is here to help. Mental comfort, but also financial aid. We clothe, we shelter, we feed those in need. You see, in the Hive, we have already set up 4 homeless shelters and 2 orphanages.
Really? That sounds nice. But isn't the hive dangerous for the poor and needy these days?
And that is why we operate there, Mr. Featherland, to ease tension.
But shouldn't those who are in danger be evacuated?
We don't believe in running away from trouble, Detective. We face it.
Ah, so you're warriors too.
Only if it's necessary, Mr. Featherland.
これが無難かな。巣箱が大変な時期にちょうど来られたんですね。わあ。含みがあるよな。
Would you say your organization is the cure for the city's illness?
We're not naive, Mr. Featherland. The city's problems are so deep-rooted that they cannot be fixed in just a few years. But we're not afraid to take responsibility. If it takes a decade, it takes a decade, but eventually, Clawville will be something different.
Different? How exactly?
We can go back to our old values, to the dream Clawville was built on. Equality, fellowship, shared fulfillment.
That does sound good. How's it going? Because all I see from here is flames.
Don't be so cynical, Mr. Featherland. Believe me, the signs are there. You just have to look for them.
I'll try, once I've wiped the ashes from my eyes.
あ、わかったわかった。
How's your great healing crusade going?
Unfortunately, we're only treating the symptoms for now, Mr. Featherland. But that's changing.
What do you mean?
We're radically changing the way the animals of this city think. And we've started in the hive.
Because the desperate are easily radicalized?
Because the desperate need help and guidance the most.
But they don't have much choice, do they?
The city doesn't have a choice, Mr. Featherland. Either let it be overrun by filth or look to the glory of the past. Brace itself and confront the evil.
Confront? Well, you're just a charity, right? Or you mean the riots?
Violence is not always the answer to violence.
Not always. Is it sometimes?
You, Mr. Featherland, like twisting words beyond recognition, don't you?
Busted, baby. It's my favorite hobby.
後ろ暗いことがではないね。昔から信心深かったの？
Have you always been religious?
You mean in my past, as a child?
Exactly.
I was born into a religious family, yes. Although I always found the Clawville common religion rather old-fashioned and shabby. I thought so as a child. I could see that it was not keeping up with the crazy changes in the world.
What are you driving at?
Our religion is a religion of extremes. Destruction and creation. I've always believed that these two extremes do exist and need each other. There is a real middle ground, paved with gold.
Hence the sheep and wolf on your posters. One body with two heads.
The lamb and the wolf living together in the same body is the perfect example of who we are. We are animals. We are savages. But if we recognize and accept ourselves and stop trying to be something we're not, we could become enlightened.
Everyone equal.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
This city was built on that dream, sweetheart. And as I see it, it's rapidly falling apart.
That's exactly why we're here. We want to change that.
Hmm. もうちょい。巣箱のギャングは志の妨げになりませんか？だね。平気なんですか？ギャングの一味じゃないんですか？だったらこっちだな。
How about the fact that one of the most dangerous and influential gangs has taken up residence in the hive? Doesn't this harm your ambitions?
You mean the Golden Fang clan?
Their leader, Mick, is an old acquaintance. We took out his boss.
And you should be proud of what you've accomplished. Although your actions have set off an avalanche that's accelerated the process.
You think it's our fault the city's run by criminal gangs?
No, not at all. I simply said you accelerated it. A process that was going to happen eventually. For that I am grateful. Thanks in part to you, the church is thriving. If it weren't for you, there wouldn't be so many desperate souls wanting redemption.
I don't know what to make of that.
Be
チキン
proud of
ポリ
it.
スのせいだ。
You're making your mark,
言うね。
Mr. Featherland. No one can doubt that.
What do you think of the clan?
Whilst the clan and the Great Web are busy fighting their petty battles, they're not bothering the common folk.
知ってん
That's
だ。
a dashingly optimistic statement.
Perhaps. Or maybe it's just practical.
お、いい感じじゃん。
Why do I get the feeling that you're not only King Hector's advisor, but something a little bit more?
Now you're turning tabloid journalist. But yes, as the press have been gossiping for a while now, Hector and I are closely connected, spiritually speaking.
Oh, that's quite an elegant way of putting it. So you're his mistress.
Perhaps one day I'll be his wife.
フォロー。
That would look pretty good on your resume. 2 years leader of a small church, then queen. Quite a career.
Tell me, Mr. Featherland, based on what we just talked about, do you think I'm such a simple gold-digging harlot?
Simple? No, I wouldn't say that.
What is surprising about a man and a woman who've worked together closely for a long time, slowly starting to feel something for each other? You've never been in that situation? Or are you in it right now?
Get out of my head.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, are we done here?
I think we are. I think we're done here. Although I admit I have more questions than answers.
But you said yourself, this isn't a real interrogation.
It isn't. Basically, we were just having a nice chat.
Whatever you say, Mr. Featherland. And I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's delightful.
Don't you feel the same way?
Oh, I don't judge so hastily, sweetheart. But it was a valuable conversation, that's for sure.
You seem so stiff on the outside. But I think, no, I feel that inside the opposite is true. You're very emotional and vulnerable.
Good to know. You see? That's what I'm talking
Oh.
about.
よかった。でもリトライもいけんだね。え、中立あれそんなつもりはなかったが。
This was fun. I mean that, honestly.
No offense, sweetheart, but you're not easy to figure out.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, Mr. Featherland.
But I must ask you this. Do you really think the city needs to be reborn?
Absolutely. And rebirth must always come with sacrifice.
That sounds, kind
Easy.
of ominous.
There's little reason for optimism, is there? I think we should look forward and strive for a better future. But if we sit and wait, life will pass us by. We have to do something about it.
Yeah, well, we can agree on that.
Glad to hear it, Mr. Featherland.
うん。
Detective! And your lovely lady partner. How can I help you?
Well, Your Majesty, I just thought, as this is a special and hardly repeatable occasion for me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, of course. I'd be delighted.
Unfortunately, Hector, I mean His Majesty, is extremely tired. Am I not right?
Oh, that's true, dear, but, well, I don't think it would be a problem if...
No, this is not the time. The inspector can make an appointment for an audience later. It's been a long night, and it's far from over.
Oh, right, yes, it is. Lady Kayla's right. Sorry, Detective Inspector. I'm extremely tired. Perhaps next time.
Well, if that's what you really want.
Yes, I think I do.
間があ
All
ったな。
right. Have a good evening, Your Majesty.
What was that?
Exactly what you think, Sweetbeak. She had him wrapped perfectly around her silky fingers and was rubbing it in our faces.
It was like a movie. Totally surreal.
Maybe that's the point. She's showing off her authority. She's showing us that she can do anything.
But why?
Because she's a predator to the core. She likes to toy with her prey.
I don't like where this is going, Sonny.
I don't either.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The much anticipated film is about to begin.
It is sure to be an amazing experience. Am I right, Your Majesty?
What? Oh, yes, of course. Sounds wonderful. I can't wait to see it.
Finally. I thought it would never start.
Darling, you'll see this is well worth the wait.
See you after the film.
No way, Sonny. Marty's not here anyway, so I'll sit next to you. I promised I'd take care of you, didn't I?
Hold
Come
on.
on, you don't have to look after me. That's not why I...
Shh, shh, shh. I'm coming with you.
Okay. I hope you don't mind if I snore.
Oh, don't worry. I'll elbow you in the side.
Maybe later. I'm done.